The year is 1757. The place, a mango grove near the Bhagirathi-Hooghly River in Bengal, India. The air buzzes with tension. It's the eve of a battle that will alter the course of Indian history, the Battle of Plassey. It's a clash of ambitions, a test of loyalties, and a fight for unimaginable riches. This wasn't just another skirmish. This battle was different. It would decide the fate of a subcontinent, paving the way for centuries of British rule in India. It's a story of cunning strategies, shattered alliances, and the resounding clang of empires colliding. Imagine a sweltering summer day in Bengal. The air is thick with humidity, the sun a blazing inferno in the sky. The battlefield of Plassey, a mango grove nestled near the banks of the Bhagirathi-Hooghly River, is a scene of anticipation. On one side, spread out across the mango grove, lies the massive army of Siraj ud-Daula, the young Nawab of Bengal. His troops, a mix of cavalry, infantry, and artillery, outnumber the enemy by a vast margin. They are a formidable force, accustomed to the heat and terrain, their confidence bolstered by their sheer numbers. Three figures stand out amidst the chaos of the coming battle. Their destinies are intertwined, and their actions will shape the course of history. Each plays a pivotal role in this dramatic episode of Indian history, where alliances are forged and broken, and the fate of a nation hangs in the balance. First, there's Siraj ud-Daula, the Nawab of Bengal. A young ruler with a vision for his kingdom, he is determined to protect his sovereignty. Young, impulsive, and facing internal dissent, he grapples to maintain control of his powerful kingdom. His court is rife with intrigue, and his decisions are scrutinized by both allies and enemies. On the other side is Robert Clive, a shrewd and ambitious officer of the British East India Company. Known for his strategic brilliance, Clive is a master of manipulation and warfare. Driven by a thirst for power and profit, Clive sees an opportunity to exploit the vulnerabilities of the Nawab's regime. His ambitions are not just personal, but also reflect the growing influence of the British Empire in India. Caught in the middle is Mir Jafar, a powerful general in the Nawab's army. His loyalty is tested as he navigates the treacherous waters of political ambition. Ambitious and harboring his own grievances, he becomes a key player in the unfolding drama. Torn between duty and desire, Mir Jafar's choices will have far-reaching consequences for the future of Bengal and beyond. The roots of the conflict lay in the burgeoning trade ambitions of the British East India Company. This powerful trading entity, established in the early 17th century, had grown exponentially, seeking to dominate the lucrative trade routes and markets of the Indian subcontinent. The company, initially granted limited trading rights in Bengal, began to misuse their privileges, incurring the wrath of the Nawab. They exploited their position to evade taxes and duties, leading to significant revenue losses for the local rulers. This blatant disregard for local laws and customs created mounting tensions. Siraj ud-Daula, the young and determined Nawab of Bengal, was particularly angered by the company's defiance. Their unauthorized fortification of Calcutta, a strategic and economic hub, without his permission, was seen as a direct affront to his authority. In a bold move, he retaliated by capturing Fort William, the company's stronghold in Bengal, in June 1756. This act, seen as a direct challenge to British authority, ignited the flames of war. The capture of Fort William was not just a military defeat, but a significant blow to the company's prestige and influence in the region. It sent shockwaves through the British establishment, both in India and back in Britain. The company, determined to avenge the insult and secure their interests, assembled a force under Robert Clive to confront the Nawab. Clive, a seasoned military leader, was tasked with the mission to reclaim their lost honor and reassert their dominance. His preparations were meticulous, gathering troops and resources for the impending conflict. The stage was set for a showdown that would forever change the balance of power in India. The ensuing Battle of Plassey, fought on June 23, 1757, would not only determine the fate of Bengal, but also lay the foundation for British colonial rule in India, marking the beginning of a new era in the subcontinent's history. Section 5. The Black Hole. Fact or fiction? The events leading up to the Battle of Plassey include the infamous Black Hole of Calcutta incident, a pivotal moment in the history of British India. This horrific tale describes the alleged confinement of British prisoners in a cramped cell by Siraj ud-Daula's forces, resulting in numerous deaths from suffocation. The story goes that on the night of June 20th, 1756, after the capture of Fort William, 146 British prisoners were forced into a small dungeon, leading to the death of 123 of them due to extreme heat and lack of air. The veracity of the Black Hole incident remains a subject of debate among historians. Some argue that the numbers were grossly exaggerated and the event was manipulated to serve colonial interests. While some argue that it was a fabrication used to justify British aggression, others believe it to be a tragic, if exaggerated, event. The incident was first reported by John Zephaniah Holwell, a survivor, whose account became the basis for the narrative. Holwell's account, however, has been scrutinized for its inconsistencies and potential biases. Some historians suggest that the story was embellished to provoke outrage and support for British military actions in India. Regardless of its historical accuracy, the story of the Black Hole served as a powerful propaganda tool, stirring up anti-Nawab sentiment back in Britain and fueling the company's desire for revenge. The narrative played a crucial role in justifying the British East India Company's subsequent military campaigns. The Black Hole of Calcutta became a symbol of British suffering and martyrdom, galvanizing public opinion and support for the company's expansionist policies. It set the stage for the Battle of Plassey, where the British, under Robert Clive, decisively defeated Siraj ud-Daula, marking the beginning of British dominance in India. Section 6. The Betrayal of Mir Jafar. As the two armies faced each other at Plassey, a secret plot was afoot. Mir Jafar, lured by promises of power and wealth by Robert Clive, agreed to betray Siraj ud-Daula and join the British. This act of treachery proved decisive in the battle's outcome. As the battle commenced, Mir Jafar, instead of supporting the Nawab, held back his troops, creating chaos and confusion within the Bengali ranks. The Nawab's forces, outnumbered and outmaneuvered, fought bravely but were ultimately defeated. Siraj ud-Daula, abandoned by his own general, met a tragic end, marking a turning point in Indian history. Section 7. The Dawn of the British Raj. The Battle of Plassey, a resounding victory for the British East India Company, marked the beginning of their political and military dominance in India. With Siraj ud-Daula removed from power, the company installed Mir Jafar as the puppet Nawab, effectively taking control of Bengal's vast resources and revenues. This victory had far-reaching consequences. It emboldened the East India Company, opening the floodgates for further territorial expansion and consolidation of power. This marked the dawn of the British Raj, a period of almost 2 centuries of British rule in India. Section 8. A turning point in Indian history. The Battle of Plassey wasn't just a military encounter. It was a seismic event that reshaped the Indian subcontinent. It shattered the existing power structures, paving the way for the rise of the British as the dominant force in the region. The battle's impact reverberated through India's social, economic, and political fabric. It led to the exploitation of India's resources, the drain of wealth to Britain, and the imposition of British customs and laws. However, it also sparked a complex process of cultural exchange, modernization, and the emergence of a new Indian identity. Section 9. Learn more about India's past. The Battle of Plassey is just one chapter in the vast and captivating story of India. It is a story of ancient civilizations, powerful empires, religious diversity, and cultural brilliance. It is a story of resilience in the face of adversity and the enduring spirit of its people. To truly understand India, one must delve deeper into its past, exploring its triumphs and tragedies, its heroes and villains. It's a journey of discovery that promises to be both enlightening and enriching. Section 10. Conclusion. The Battle of Plassey, a pivotal event in Indian history, serves as a reminder of the enduring impact of the past on the present. It underscores the importance of understanding history, its complexities, and its lasting consequences. By learning from the past, we can better navigate the present and shape a more informed future. So, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the flame of curiosity alive. The legacy of Plassey still echoes through the pages of history, a battle that changed not just India, but the world. If you're curious about more hidden stories from the past, subscribe to Crazy Color Facts. Together, let's continue our journey through history, one fascinating fact at a time.